Hi, second graders. Today we are going to begin talking about nonfiction structure. And this is the way that the book is set up. Today we're going to talk about our very first type, and that is description. Now, this is probably what most of us are most familiar with when it comes to nonfiction text structure. These are your books that are going to describe something to you. They're going to tell you so that you can kind of paint that picture in your mind's eye, like what we've been talking about with fiction. The authors do the same thing in nonfiction. And one way that they do that is by describing things. So, is this describing something? That's going to be the question you're going to ask yourself as you read a nonfiction text. Now, you might find words like for instance, for example, another, things like that. Those might be your key words that you would find in a text if it was a description structure. And so I just drew a little graphic organizer on every day this week. We're going to be talking about a different structure. And with every day, I'm going to put a graphic organizer in the lessons. And that will help you determine whatever nonfiction book you chose to read this week. I'm wanting you every day to kind of decide whether or not your book that you're reading right then is one of those structures. So I've also put the graphic organizers up on our chart here so that we can refer to them every single day. So today I want to show you some examples of description nonfiction text. Now I brought in my big books so that you would be able to see a little bit better what we're going to look at. So I have this book, it's called Life in the Rainforest. Now if you remember, we talked about earlier in the year that when we are reading a nonfiction text, the authors are pretty straightforward. So right away we look at the front of our text and we see life in the rainforest. Boom. Nonfiction books are great. They tell us exactly what the book's going to be about. So I know in my head that this book is about the rainforest. And then I see pictures that help back up that title too. Now, all the way through this book, I just want to walk through it with you so that you can see what I'm talking about. So they describe the rainforest all the way through. Lots of lovely pictures, but they're describing, so they're talking about the largest rainforest is in South America. And then look, they're telling us about all the different animals and creatures, scary, that you might find in the rainforest. So they are describing the rainforest to us so that we can, if we shut our eyes after we've seen these beautiful pictures and read the text, you would be able to kind of envision what the rainforest would look like in your mind. So the whole story is telling us about first the animals, then some of the reptiles. Now look, we've moved on to flowers. And look, they've kind of put it all together in this section. So a description book, a descriptive nonfiction book is going to be a type of structure that is going to describe whatever it is that it's talking about to you. So as you read your nonfiction book today, I want you to look and think, is my book a nonfiction structure description book? The way that you're going to determine that is you're going to think about, is it describing something? That, remember, the title can help you a lot there. And then, does it have some key words? And then, can you apply your graphic organizer that's attached to the plans to your book? Okay? Have a great time being a super detective today on nonfiction text structures.